Hello, hi. My name is Kanayshia Johnson. I have a baby who recently turned 3 named Caden Smith. Caden Smith is a 23-weeker. We were in the NICU for 5 months. He had a lot of complications in the NICU. It wasn't an easy stay on me. It was a lot of tears shed during his stay. A lot of depressed moments, but we made it home. During this NICU stay, Caden was not using the bathroom, so they had to give him major surgery to get the colostomy bag. With this colostomy bag, he got this colostomy bag when he was about 3 months old. So, and then after that, we stayed 2 more months just to make sure he was fine, equipped just to come home, even though he came home on support. When I mean support, he came home, he had the colostomy bag, but he also came home on oxygen. When we first got home, when we first got home, I thought everything was gonna be good. I didn't think Caden would have needed nursing. Caden was walking his walker, trying to grasp at things, reaching for things, rolling over. But then when Caden was about 8 months old, he started having seizures. He was having about 15 seizures a day. At first, his neurologist thought it was just muscle spasm. But I kept on fighting it. I'm like, no, we need some EEGs. And then when they did the EEGs, that's when they realized they saw his body stiffen up and his oxygen decreasing. So that's when they told me he's epileptic. I'm really young. I'm a single parent. I'm my son's sole provider. I do everything basically by myself with the support of my family. So I was scared, I was terrified, but my pediatrician fought for me to get nursing. We didn't think we was going to have to need nursing as long as we have them, but they're a blessing in disguise for me and Caden. We've been through a lot, we go through a lot, and up until recently, like last year in 2024, we was at the hospital. We was in the hospital only 3 times, which was a major improvement for us. Caden have terrible respiratory issues. Caden also has he was diagnosed with sleep apnea. He kept on getting sick, so his pulmonologist, we figured something was wrong, and then when we did a swallow test with the GI series, we realized that he was aspirating. So we also had to do a surgery. Then after that, he got the NG tube in his nose, and that lasted only about a month before he still kept on getting sick, still kept on getting rhinoviruses. He had pneumonia a lot of time. So when we went to the hospital, we had to do major surgery. We got the reversal of his colostomy, and we had to tighten out his stomach, and then we also got the G tube. The G2 really helped us improve tremendously. The G2 saved our life for so many more admissions. So he's been doing fine. Without my nurses, I don't know where I would be right now. When Caden first came home, I wasn't working at all, so I was just surviving through my savings. I'm not on Social Security. I don't receive help, so I pay like a full $1,550 rent a month with public service. So it's hard on me. But my nurses is a lifesaver. My nurses, I could depend on them. I trust them. They're trustworthy. They love me. I love them. They treat they treat Caden really well. As opposed to when we get admitted to the hospital, even though they treat him well, they leave him in a room by himself. So I can't go to work. If Caden's in the hospital, I can't go to work. I usually take off. So having nurses was a blessing. I was able to work full-time now. I hardly have to take off because my nurses take great care of Caden. They're greatly appreciated. The only concern I have is if my nurses call out and it's no coverage. One of my nurses, she fell pregnant, and I didn't have a nurse for about 3 to 4 months. So it's hard on me. It was hard on my family because everybody, they're trying to help me out also because I have full bills. Like, I don't have help. So I have family taking off, and then during my lunch break, I have to rush home to feed Kaden because he's a G-tube feeder. My family doesn't really do that, so I rush home, do his meds and stuff. Kaden still have about 5 to 6 seizures a day. Kaden is about to go to school, so I need nurses. I need my nurses. And if my nurse call out, I just need to know I'm able to get a nurse to cover at least for that day until my nurse get back. So please try to get more LPNs. They're really appreciated. They saved my life. They saved my kid life. And we really depend on them. And this is Kaden. He's still sleeping. And when he sleep, he has to sleep with the CPAP because he has sleep apnea. So he's 3. He aged out of early intervention, so he hasn't been really getting his physical therapy, OT therapy, or his speech therapist. So his nurses is definitely needed. Since Kaden has been with his nurses, our hospital stays. He's been at home safe and sound. Hardly got to go to the hospital for anything because his nurses are such amazing. We need to get more nurses, especially for kids like Kaden. They're definitely appreciated. They're definitely wanted. And they deserve it. They make our life so much better, so much easier. So I'm all for getting the homeschool nursing for like all these kids that's needed, nurses that needed help. It makes our life so much better. It makes the kids' life so much better. The kids are healthier with their nurses because they're one-on-one with their nurses. I love my nurses so much. I appreciate my nurses, and we definitely should give them what they're worth, pay them what is worth, because they're needed, they're wanted, and they just make our life easier. And hopefully this will help other nurses come into LPN, into home nursing. So sorry, I'm a pretty nurse. Hopefully this will help other nurses come into this occupation because they're needed, they're wanted, and we really, really appreciate them. And hopefully you guys will appreciate them as well. Thank you.